Furthermore, life is so short oak, so country vocalist Jason Aldean is getting reaction for the video of his tune, Not in a Humble Community, which pundits are saying is bigoted, that versus bigoted verses and pictures. I offered something that I feel an obligation regarding not leaving unexamined in light of the fact that my words upset such countless individuals, which was never my aim. It seems Whoopi Goldberg has found herself mixed up with another debate. And this time it seems like she could get sued for a truckload of cash. And she could wind up losing all that she really buckled down for. We should get into how Whoopi found herself mixed up with this panicky circumstance. So as of late, country vocalist Jason Aldean has been standing out as truly newsworthy in the midst of his attempt this in a humble community tune discussion. And this news got onto The View, where Goldberg and her candid hosts hammered him, so country vocalist Jason Aldean is getting reaction for the video of his tune. Not in a humble community. Whoopi guaranteed that the message the melody was attempting to advance was sketchy. She said on The View, "You simply need to understand that when you make it about people of color matter, individuals sort of say, well, are you discussing individuals of color? What are you referring to here?" Her other co-has, Delight Bihar and Radiant Hostin, persistently pummeled the melody and called it regrettable and irritating. And this got a ton of reaction from fans. Jason Aldean record slander sued and against Whoopi Goldberg. And The View, I'm no bigoted, has what Jason Aldean needed to tell what is happening after the show. A media source detailed that Jason intends to sue Berg Bright Hostin and Bliss Bihar from The View in the wake of being called bigoted in the show news distribution. The Dunning-Kruger Times distributed an article named Jason Aldean Documents Criticism Sued Against Whoopi in The View. I'm no bigoted. The article asserted that Aldean has recorded a $40 million claim as he accepted exhortation of direction, and that Jason Aldean's lawyer, Joe Barron, said that Whoopi needs to pay for her undertaking. In the event that this ends up being valid, Whoopi would need to pay an astounding $40 million. And since all proof against her is recorded internet-based, she could wind up losing a tremendous amount of cash. And this isn't whenever she first has been undermined with a claim since quite a while back. Kyle Rittenhouse, a teenager, cleared subsequent to shooting and mortally injuring 2 men, while harming 1 more during an enemy of prejudice fight in Kenosha, Wisconsin, had reported that he intends to sue Whoopi Goldberg, showing up on Fox News Channel's Exhaust Carlson. This evening, the Illinois youngster, whose occurrence occurred during fights over the police shooting of Jacob Blake's, said that he and his group had sent off the media responsibility venture to gather pledges cash to take the 2 media organizations and people like Whoopi to court for the untruths they said about him. Bet recently revealed about Rittenhouse's exoneration, where he was found not blameworthy on all charges in the shootings that ended the existences of 2 men and harmed a 3rd in Kenosha. He said, "Right, currently, we're taking a gander at many legislators, VIP's competitors. Whoopi Goldberg's on the rundown. She called me a killer. After I was vindicated by a jury of my friends, she proceeded to, in any case, say that, and there are others on the off chance that you missed it back in 2020. Goldberg, who is a co-host of ABC's The View, had said of Rittenhouse, "Even every one of the reasons on the planet doesn't change the way that 3 individuals had chance. 2 individuals were killed. To me, it's homicide." I'm sorry. Whoopi's discussions have even made her suspended from ABC's The View after she offered remarks that the Holocaust was not about race. Fresh insight about her suspension came from ABC News President Kim Godwin. "Taking effect right now. I'm suspending Whoopi Goldberg for her off-base and pernicious remarks," Godwin wrote in an explanation that was subsequently posted on Twitter. While Whoopi has apologized, I've requested that she requires some investment to reflect and find out about the effect of her remarks. Meghan McCain likewise stood in opposition to her previous The View associate and gave her own Twitter proclamation. "I disdain remarking on my old business. Since I have moved all around, an individual can continue on." McCain composed. That being said, I'm a dissident against Semitism. and it is a major piece of my life. Adding the developing danger is genuine and destructive. And wherever I'm shattered about information exchanged, BT had recently announced that on an episode of The View, Whoopi had been uncaring toward her remarks during a conversation about a Tennessee school locale, casting a ballot to pull Workmanship Spiegelman's Pulitzer Prize-winning realistic novel Mouse, which is about the Holocaust, because of unseemly language and nakedness. How about we be honest about it, since Holocaust isn't about race? Goldberg said it's not regarding race. There's no need to focus on race case. It's about man's savagery to man. Goldberg then, at that point, put out an expression of remorse through Twitter and public statement composing, "I'm upset for the hurt that I have caused." She additionally emphasized the Jewish nation all over the planet have consistently had my help, and that won't ever falter. I offered something that I feel an obligation regarding not leaving unexamined on the grounds that my words upset such countless individuals, which was never my expectation. She was suspended for a very long time. It didn't end there, however, since she rehashed her words on top of it. Wasn't initially about race. Goldberg told a columnist for the UK's Sunday Times, recollect who they were killing first. They were not killing racial, they were killing actual, they were killing individuals they viewed as intellectually deficient. And afterward, they settled on this choice. The journalist answered by advising her that Nazis estimated Jewish individuals' heads and noses, trying to characterize them as a particular race. Yet Whoopi guaranteed it happened to blacks likewise. They did that to individuals of color, too. Goldberg said, yet it doesn't change the way that you were unable to tell a Jew on a road you could find me. You were unable to find them. That was the point I was making again. When she began getting reaction, she quickly apologized in a proclamation, this time asserting that her statements were taken outside the current discussion as of late. While doing press in London, I was gotten some information about my remarks from recently. She said I attempted to pass on to the journalist what I had said and why, and endeavored to relate that time. It was never my aim to show up as though I was multiplying down on frightful remarks, particularly in the wake of chatting with and hearing individuals like rabbis and old and new companions making an appearance as hostile to Semitism. Heaps on seething individuals were justifiably vexed that it didn't appear Goldberg had gained from her previous slip-ups. She guaranteed in the explanation that she heard all that everybody said and accepts the Holocaust was, to be sure, about race. And heaps up with her help for the Jewish nation. She has encountered the drop culture previously, and it nearly destroyed Whoopi Goldberg's vacation. So it isn't as business as usual that the Sister Act star scarcely conceals her scorn for it. The B-set star focused on her involvement in the social peculiarity in 2021 at the Edinburgh Television Celebration, where she pummeled drop culture, asserting that reality didn't appear to issue it as much these days. Has Whoopi nearly been dropped, as well as barely got away from a less than ideal retirement because of drop culture? In a meeting with Drew Barrymore, Goldberg examined her being dropped for ridiculing the president at a raising money occasion, and she even described her misfortunes in that period, including debilitating her reserve funds. Listen, I got extremely fortunate on the ground.